Good morning, monkeys. Welcome to another episode of Monkeylandia here at Coaster Monkey Studios. So yeah, what do we got going on here? We've got a little bit of Street Fox coffee. We're gonna make a Street Fox coffee outlet designed off of a Starbucks restaurant out in California. And if you like what you see here, guys, don't forget to click subscribe and like for more. Yeah, so what are we doing here? We are building a Street Fox coffee. Super stoked on this one. This is actually one of my favorite builds that I've done so far. It's super simple, super basic, but it's just so snazzy. So how did I do it? Well, I found this Starbucks coffee. I wanted a modern feeling restaurant-esque type building, and I looked for Starbucks, modern Starbucks, and I found this one, and I believe it's in California. And I want to say I'm very pleased with this particular build. So what you see here is some modern brick getting thrown in, and then we come in and do a little bit of a polished wood treatment around the window. Super awesome. And you know, you guys saw those opening shots and kind of what it looked like. But yeah, this is a great one for me. I super love doing interiors, actually, thanks to this particular build. Interiors for me are definitely game on. So I think it's something I'm going to be going forward with coaster stations and whatnot. Really elevating that interior space and creating an environment that's all engulfing all the way through the ride. I want to go back. I want to do the interior of our train station, and I want to do the interior of the entryway hallways that we have there for our main Macy's gate. But yeah, so as you see, we did the modern wood, and then we trim it with our pole, our metal pole, because, you know, the metal pole is always the thing we use on a consistent basis in this game. At least me, anyway. I'm actually working on a 40 by 40 contest submission, and there's a lot of pole action in that one. Take it for what it is, kids. So yeah, I'm gonna let this one burn for a little bit, let you guys watch me build here, and I'll come back when there's something interesting to talk about. Check you guys in a bit. All right, so what you see me doing here is the beginnings of our interior. As you can see, I had the path laid down underneath, and then I put the floor over it just after I placed down all of the seating. And yes, there's seating that cannot be used, unfortunately. But a lot of spooky pack pieces, the spooky tables, spooky chairs. I used the benches around the way. And then one thing I did do, or I tried to do, was put benches in the windowsill. But unfortunately, people were sitting on the wrong side. So it looked like they were sitting in the window from the outside, which was very odd. But yeah, so here we are, just throwing in the framework around our door. Threw in, excuse me, a giant video screen wall for our back wall there. And, you know, typically what you see there in these types of stores is a giant picture of a coffee shop or coffee or something. So that's what we went forward with for that look. And apparently I'm having a bit of a brain fart there. Oh, I was working on how I was going to do the roof. So this roof, as you saw in the intro video, it's on a diagonal, which I thought was pretty friggin' cool. So that's what I created here. What I did was I took the roof tiles the same width. Actually, I made it a little bit smaller at first. I had to expand it. But the same size as the floor. And then you can see kind of what I did here. I was going to use the big square pieces, and then I figured these would work much easier, right? It's easier to cut and paste these and line them up just the right way, at least in my opinion. Look how quick that goes. Boom, 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 boom. And then I find out it's too small. Always check your work as you're going, guys, because then you're going to have to go back and fix it. There we go. Look at that. Super sweet. So delete those out. We move those over to our roof here. Now, mind you, this is a separate structure, right? So what I want to do is at a later time, I make it all one structure. But yeah, look at that. And again, to create those dynamic buildings, you've got to use multiple building structures. It is what it is. Suck it up, kids. You're not going to be able to build these multi-angle buildings with just one structure. Look at that. Super sweet. I love the angled roof. So this building in real life, it's a green roof. You know, I'm thinking to myself as I'm building this park, it's got specific areas of the park that are funded by these brands, right? So if you look at Hershey Park, for instance, I went to Hershey. I'm going again this Saturday too, but I went to Hershey, and you know, we're not 100 feet from the main gate. There's a Starbucks. So that's kind of what I wanted to go for with this kind of feel. Massive Starbucks logos along the top, and then it's a very modern looking building in this new space. So I wanted this to have that same type of feel, and what I did was, in creating the roof here, the angled roof, as you can see, I'm putting in our coconut pieces. Now you could think, who's the first person that I saw this with? John T from Geekism. He's the one who kind of first introduced me to this, and then watching Mass Bandit and Mike at Bro Nation and watching their stuff, you know, kind of gave me the inkling to, you know, go for it. And I did it there, and I do it again when we move on to our fountain a little bit later in the series. But I love the look of this green roof. And we wind up doing this again, this type of a feeling, modern green roof feeling, when we get over to our coaster station. Oh, and if you like what you see here, don't forget to click subscribe and like for more. See, I gotta remind myself, I'm so bad at that. Because I'm not here for that. I'm here for the artistry of the game, right? But everyone tells me this is what I need to do, so I'm doing it. But yeah, now here we are. We're trying to figure out what exactly, image-wise, we're going to put on the inside there. And I come back to that because I wanted to get the exterior just 100% with our logos and our branding. I think we did a pretty solid job with that. Now, I would love your opinion, anybody who has an opinion, about this little green patch of grass that I put out here, because this becomes bushes and a tree. And I feel like it kind of hides the building, but without it, it looks a little naked, the area. So I want you guys to tell me what you think, all 7 of you that watch this series. But do we like the tree and the bushes we put out here? That's going to be a huge question. But all right, throwing in our pictures now that we've created in Photoshop. Now, one great tip about putting any type of screens or pictures in your park, you want to make sure that you change the color. You darken them 100% and you oversaturate the picture in color. It'll give it a really clean look here in the game, because otherwise it washes out the coloring, and you don't want to do that. You want it to be clear, clean and clear. and noticeable, right? You want it to be snazzy. Now we're just throwing in some wood border on the bottom. Again, this is something that I saw inside of a Starbucks. I figured that, you know, the walls looked a little empty without some type of a trim. And then putting in our 1, 2, 3, 4th building piece, right? This is a separate building again, just to get that ground floor, that back wall in, and, you know, the floor lined up really nice and sweet. Now, I wind up coming back to do this roof or this ceiling on the inside because I screwed it up a little bit. Shh, don't tell anyone. But I wound up fixing it, so you guys don't have to worry about it. You don't know nothing about it. It never happened. What's the phrase? How's the phrase go? If nobody saw it, did it really happen? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look at how great that's looking there. I mean, this was a fun build for me. I really enjoyed doing this. And again, I love doing interiors. I had a blast doing this interior. I'm not going to lie. Now here I was going to throw in this brick piece at some point, and I was like, you know what, let's just make it really modern, just have like the metal all the way around that doorway, and then obviously we frame it up with our pole, the infamous metal pole. How many of you guys use this pole a lot? Because I use it a lot. I use it way too much. There's got to be other pieces in the game. I'm sure there are. I just don't use them. All right, so as far as this series goes, as you guys know, I've been releasing 1 episode a day because I've been trying to liquidate some of my hard drive and free up some space because I used literally 2 terabytes in video. So I'm about halfway through, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video, continue creating videos through the week. All right, this particular video is going to post on Friday of this week, so that'll be 7/10, and that means today and tomorrow I'm going to make some more videos for next week. And I think what I'm going to do is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule for now until I liquidate that hard drive a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a Tuesday, Thursday, and Wednesdays will be for RCT. Yes, RCT still exists. You will have RCT footage coming soon. Get excited. For those of you that watch my RCT series, if not, I'll put it, bam, right there in our link up top. But yeah, so Tuesdays and Thursdays seems like good days for me. We'll release video for Monkeylandia, and then we'll have vlog videos posted throughout the weeks and whatnot. But here we are putting up our picture of Foxy. Yes, it's a massive branding. It's just a picture of Foxy, no logo, no branding, no nothing, just her over the building, which you can see from the main gate as you're walking in. I thought that was a little bit cheeky, and there's gonna be a parking lot off to the side there at some point. And then here we are throwing in some lighting. So lighting, again, I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again. Do your lighting at night. Turn the lights off. Turn the lights off. Okay, I'll never do that again, I promise. I'm totally lying when I say that. So here we are fixing these lights. I did not like the yellow. I don't like the yellow lights. They're so yellow. It's so yellow. But I wound up, you know, leaving them. And what I wound up doing here is putting in the screen. So I talked about this, I think, the last episode or the episode before. I built those interiors there. I wind up putting in, like what you see here. Click like and subscribe for more. See, I gotta remember to say that. I wind up putting in screens here, and there's that one image of the curtains right there. Oh, it was so bright. What happened? It got dark again. It's odd. But yeah, so I used that. I put that in these 4 windows, and I like it. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. I liked my chandelier better. I'm not gonna lie. But as we were doing the lighting for these buildings, I kept thinking to myself, you know what? This isn't a real park. These buildings would be lit up in a theme park. So I lit them up from the outside. I thought it looked pretty dope. If you guys agree, let me know. If you don't, well, tough niggies, because I'm not changing it. Oh, interior lighting. So I love doing interior lighting now. This is a huge thing for me. And I figured out a way to create like fluorescent lights in the ceiling and using these sci-fi lights, right? And what I wind up doing is taking our floodlights, or the floodlights in the game, and tucking them into the ceiling. So you've got the idea of these fluorescent lights in the ceiling like you would in any, you know, random location anywhere, and then taking these floodlights and just, you know, tucking them in. Again, we lowered the saturation of the lighting so it's not, you know, blinding. But yeah, and then we just tuck in the guest services sign here into this wall, and I think it creates a pretty solid look. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very pleased with what again, this building. I mean, hi, pat myself on the back much? There goes that metal pole again. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. As I was doing this too, and watching back the footage, I realized that wall on the right is pretty empty. Like, what would go there? I feel like that would be like condiment carts or something. I don't know. I'm going to go back and maybe do a condiment cart there, I think. Got some TV action for our menu. This is super dope. And then look at that. That looks great from outside. I love it. All right, so this bushwork's a little unruly. I may come back to and relook at this bushwork with that tree that I love. I gotta get the name of that tree so I can tell you exactly which tree it is that I'm using. Maybe no, those bushes I actually think I like. There's no trim around the edges like we do over by the coaster. It's just open product, or open edges with a curb. I mean, there's a lot of open edges with curb all around theme parks. I mean, in looking at Six Flags yesterday, me fixing a broken door, but all over Six Flags yesterday and Hershey Park, you know, there's not a lot of don't die fencing or don't step here fencing, you know, whatever you want to call it. There's not a lot of it. I was surprised, actually. But yeah, we got a little bit of gate action there, and that's going to go back to a behind-the-scenes area. Again, walking through Six Flags, you see behind every scene. I'm not kidding. Everywhere. Oh, my God. So yesterday morning, we were on the news. We went to Six Flags, and we got to walk through their backstage area. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But thanks so much for watching. Catch you guys next time. Click here to subscribe for more. Coaster Monkey Studios. Ciao.